What's up everybody, once again my name is Matt and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. In the last episode we swam through Lake Floria and talked to the water dragon who has tasked us with finding some more sacred water so that she can finish up healing from Girahim's attack. In return she agreed to show us the way to the sacred flame. So in this episode let's not waste any more time and track down that sacred water. We're gonna start by returning to the sky. Now, I know what you guys are probably thinking, Matt, what are you doing going back to the sky? The sacred water is here in Faron Woods, you dummy. And to that I would say, well, you're right. The sacred water is indeed in Faron Woods, but although we could go on foot and backtrack all through Faron Woods, it is much faster to return to the sky and then just quickly pull a U-turn. That way we can dive right back into the Faron province, because where we need to go just happens to be right next to one of those points that we can dive to. So yeah, this will save us a ton of time because already we can choose our destination. So where we want to go is actually back to Skyview Temple, which oddly enough is called the Forest Temple on the map here. This is something I never noticed until like I was practicing for this video, and I find that really interesting. Like perhaps they didn't rename Skyview Temple until late in development, and they just never updated the map, so that discrepancy is kind of interesting to me. Anyways, though, if we do take out our dowsing, yeah, you can tell it's going crazy, so the sacred water is right inside Skyview Temple. Kinda weird the game makes you go back to a temple that you've already completed. Anyways, some things have changed since the last time we were here. My readings indicate the presence of sacred water within the temple. Unfortunately, it is not possible to use your dowsing ability here. Based on my calculations, I estimate the water is located in the deepest part of the temple complex. Alright, so of course it's all the way in the back. I recommend using the X on your map as a guide when revisiting the deepest area of the temple. I am detecting a greater enemy presence in the vicinity than I previously observed. You would be wise to proceed with caution. So yeah, even though like we previously cleared out this temple, enemies have again moved in. This is sort of why Skyward Sword is infamous for being repetitive, because it does reuse content and sort of makes you go back to areas you've already been to like several times. And we will indeed need to like resolve one puzzle inside this temple, although it's not really resolving, it's just like we need to find one key again, which is kind of strange. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I really don't like the reuse of content. I'd rather they have made something entirely new, but I understand that's also a lot more time-consuming. Anyways, check it out. It's lead. Or at least I think that's lead. Looks like him, at least. Hold it. You're that guy. That guy met in the volcano. Here to do some treasure hunting, too. Sure. I called it. You got treasure hunter written all over your face. Did that big stone guy out there tip you off to the loot too? What tip? Yeah, what'd he say again? Strum a chord most beautiful in the place within the temple where the butterflies dance. So I get here and I let loose with some of the most gorgeous humming I've done in my entire life, and nothing happens. But seeing how I've come this far, there's no chance I'm gonna give up the hunt for treasure just yet. Alright, well, poor him. I guess his humming was not good enough, but if we take out our harp and start strumming, well, guess what? We're gonna get this really weird symbol to appear. Whoa there, buddy. I bet you think you're gonna run ahead and swipe all the best treasure for yourself. But I say you're setting yourself up for a big-time disappointment. Just cause some weird design popped up on the wall doesn't mean you're any closer to finding the treasure, alright? I think you've been had by that boulder with legs. Stay here if you want. I'm going on ahead. Alright, you do that, buddy. Now what he doesn't know is that if we charge up a Skyward Strike and walk towards this symbol, the game will give us the opportunity to draw. So we can draw like a number of different shapes, but if you draw rupees, well, guess what? After we finish up our crudely drawn rupee, it's going to pop out and give us a bunch of money. You can also do this with hearts, and I think there might be something else that you can draw, but I know rupees and hearts are like the easiest ones to draw, so yeah, you can always look around for butterflies and strum your chords. That way, you know, maybe you can draw something to get some extra hearts or rupees if you really so desire. Alright, so we do need to get ourselves a small key. That way we can make our way back into the main hub room of this temple, but that small key is not going to be in the exact location it was the first time we came into this temple. Hey, it's Led again! Just fantastic. I work like a weasel just to swipe a key from that monster, and then I have to go and lose it. I just can't remember which hole I hid it in. Oh, and here I thought that key would be my ticket to a life of luxury. I could have sworn I buried it right around here. Well, 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 thanks for the tip, my friend. So, we need to locate another one of those soft soil spots and find that missing key. Now, if you have like a really, really good memory, you probably know exactly where the soil spot is, but it is in fact back in this room with the switch that we hit to raise the water level, and the soft soil spot is right before like the exit leading us back into the room. So there we go, got ourselves the missing small key, just as easy as that. No idea how Led lost track of that, considering he was literally only like 10 feet away from that small key. But you know what, his loss is to our benefit, because now we can finally get back into the main hub room. I'm just gonna ignore most of these enemies because there is really no point in fighting them right now, so hopefully we can just make it right through here without taking any damage, and move on through here. Thank goodness, like, we did open up all those shortcuts the first time we came through this temple, since it will make our lives just a little bit easier. Anyways, let's get rid of this guy and collect our 20 rupees. There we go. And now we're just going to run to the other side and make use of that shortcut that we opened up the first time we were through here. That way we can skip like everything else in this room, because there's no reason to stand here and fight those enemies. Alright, now there are some enemies across the way, so what you want to do here is actually take out your beetle and fly it over to where that bomb plant is hanging off of that tree limb. You want to be a little bit careful too, because these enemies are archers and they will try to actively shoot your beetle. If they hit you, the beetle will just fly back to you. So yeah, be a little sneaky and drop that bomb right between them, just so you can get rid of them. And now we can cross this tightrope without having to deal with any of those guys, which is kind of awesome. And then we can make our way into the boss room and hopefully find the sacred water that we're looking for. So ta-da! We made it! And it's Led again! Sheesh, I dig some serious miles to get my paws on treasure, and I found squat. Talk about bad luck! I think some no-good thief beat me to the goods. There's none here but water now. Who in the stinking world would come all this way for water? Nobody! That's who. Hey! I'm cutting my losses and heading home. See ya! Alright, peace out, buddy. Well, at least we know we're in the right spot, so let's go get that water, guys. Although something tells me it's not going to be that easy. And what's that something, you might ask? Well, it just so happens to be that inside the boss room, sure, there's no boss this time, or no Ghirahim rather, but we do have to fight 3 of the mini-bosses of the temple. Yeah, these Stalfos guys, and wow, we only have 3 bombs? That's not that good. I think some of the pots in here do have bombs, though. Anyways, the best way to deal with these guys is by placing a bomb and, making them sort of stand around it, because, yeah, when the bomb explodes, it, like, makes their limbs fall off. So, if I did that correctly, all 3 of them would have lost their arms, and then I can actually go in and attack them before they sort of regrow their limbs, as it were. Let's try this again, and hopefully we get more lucky. The hardest part is honestly keeping them around the bomb, but there we go, we did it. So yeah, once these sort of blow up, just use your spin attacks to deal some damage to them, and then rinse and repeat until you take a few of them out, because it's way easier to deal with these guys when there's not 3 of them around you. As you can probably tell, like, when there's 3 of them, it becomes a lot to handle all at once. So do your best to be strategic about your combat in this game, and only fight the enemies when you know it's safe to go in and deal some free damage to them. We're actually doing pretty good thus far. I'm not really too sure if there's a better way of fighting these guys besides using the bombs, but if you guys know of anything, please feel free to let me know in the comments down below. But I'm pretty sure, like, this bomb method is the preferred way to fight multiple groups of these enemies. And I would like to get rid of at least one more if I could. There we go. Now it's just mano-y-mano. So let's go, pal. And he's already dead. Well, that was pretty easy. Not too shabby, guys. Not too shabby. So now that all three of those guys are gone, I actually do want to get some hearts because I did take quite a bit of damage. Like, I think really I only got hit twice, but when I did get hit, I got hit with like the heavy attack, so that kind of stunk, but whatever, not a big deal. Let's head out here and get ourselves that sacred water that we oh so desperately need. And here we are again. I detect sacred water nearby. There are no monster auras causing interference, so you can douse here. Alright, will do. Now, originally, this was when I planned on getting that goddess cube that we got like a long time ago. So, yeah, just wanted to point that out because obviously it is required to come back here. So if you missed that goddess cube, here's your second chance. Anyways, though, if we do douse, you'll notice that right here is the sacred water. Over here, not so much. Up there, nope. It has to be from this specific waterfall. So, let's grab an empty bottle, walk right up to this where like all the fairies are and stuff like that, and grab ourselves some special sacred water. There we go. Now we have everything that we need for the water dragon. There is a 95% probability that the water here is identical to the water within the water dragon's basin. I suggest we take it back to her. Alright, sounds like a good idea. Fine, yeah, the game like automatically boots you back out of the temple, so no need to walk all the way back. Anyways, now that we're back out here, and oh, actually we're already back at full HP. Look at that, I thought we were missing a heart. Alright, so back up to the sky for us because, yeah, I am not walking all the way back to where the water dragon's basin is. No, we're just gonna go back up to the sky and pretty much repeat exactly what we did in the very beginning of this episode and dive back down. That way we can just go back to the spring where we started this episode off, since there is a location that we can land to right there, and that saves us a ton of time. Like, we'll no longer need to go back through Lake Floria or do any of that stuff. Like, we go right back to where that save statue is, and the water dragon's like right there. So yeah, it saves you a ton of time if you do this, guys, trust me. Alright, so yeah, the Floria waterfall is where we want to land. And by the way, we do have a majority of these save statues in Faron opened up to us. Now, I think there's maybe one or two that I still have to go back and get, but I'll probably get those soon enough. Alright, so now that we're back here, let's head right back to where the water dragon is located and give her this sacred water. That way, we can hopefully get ourselves the first sacred flame and be on our way to tempering our sword. I'm really looking forward to getting into like this next section of the game because it is a lot of fun. So let's just climb up here and, well, it's time to talk to Her Majesty, the Water Dragon. Yes, just look at that color. There's no doubt this is the water I need. Quickly, boy, pour it into my basin. You got it. I like how it looks like Link just poured it on the ground in front of her. Kind of funny. And oh no, what's happening? It's so scary. Well, not really. Whoa. That's a change. Exquisite. I can feel its energy surging through me. Behold the full majesty of Faron, water dragon and guardian of these lands. I stand tall, healed and whole once again. Human, you have done well to bring me the sacred water I asked you for. I see now it was no coincidence that you completed the goddess's trial and obtained a water dragon scale. In turn, I will grant you the favor you have asked of me, and lead you to the sacred flame of my land. Come. Now, behold! Hmm. Go! The sacred flame you seek lies within this place. While the waterfall has barred entrance to this place for many years, monsters have still found a way in, and inside they flourish. But you are the goddess's chosen hero. Swatting a few monsters will be no trouble for you. I imagine you and I will cross paths again. Until then, do not lower your guard. Farewell, boy. Alright, so the entrance to the next temple has been opened up for us. You know what that means? Well, that's going to do it for this video. So if you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.